Hi, ladies and gents. You're welcome to another episode of Selfscape Podcast. I know. I should have published this episode on Wednesday, but let me tell you, right now, my life is a movie. Hollywood, Nollywood, where you guys are, you need to come and sign me. I need to write the script, and you need to make this into a movie ASAP because a lot of things have happened since the last time I published an episode, and it's just been mind-blowing and crazy. To be very honest, I haven't really had the time to really break down how I'm feeling. I haven't had the time to process my thoughts or process my emotions. I've just had to put them aside and move on with my life because life is moving on. Nobody's waiting for me to process my thoughts or to think about how I feel. When, truth be told, I'm hurting on the inside. I'm very tired right now. I just had a very full lunch. I had mentioned one time that beans is to me what milk is to lactose intolerant people. Guess what I just had for lunch? Beans. I don't know if I want to kill myself or if I hate myself. It's just that it's actually delicious and it just hates me. I'm not the one that hates beans. Beans is one that hates me. So what can I do? I would have beans and I would have instant cramps. Like my intestines are turning upside down, but I will still eat beans. And so I'm feeling tired because my lunch was a bit heavy. I feel like I need to take a rest, sleep or something, but I have to record this episode and just process how I'm feeling because that's what Selfscape is for. I've had a busy week. I've had a stressful week. I've had a very tumultuous week. Something happened last week Thursday that spilled over into this week and has just been crazy since then. First off, let me start with my clearance, NYC clearance. I was supposed to get cleared and I got my clearance letter. I asked for it a bit late. I got it regardless. And I went for my clearance on Tuesday. I got to the local government past 7-11, and I was assigned number 297 rather. How would I get to the local government 7-11 and I'm already 297? Why are there 296 people already here? And I found out that people were actually writing names for their friends. Somebody wrote 3 names. I was shocked because how are you writing names for people that are not here and they'll get here past 10 and will be able to get to the front of the line just because of their number? I mean, I've been here since past 7. I would still be at the back of the line because somebody was smart enough to write their names when they were not available, when they were not present. I was angry and I just wanted it to be over. So see me now, joined the line, was on the queue under the hot sun, only for me to get to front of the officials and they said that they would not clear me because my paper doesn't have a stamp on it. This thing I'm saying very calm like this, you should have seen me that I was a wreck and a mess. I cried because I was already emotional from a lot of the things that have been happening since Thursday that I didn't have the time to process. And so I was already emotional and I was trying to get them to understand that, look, I don't have a stamp. My boss had already mentioned that I would not be getting a stamp and there is really nothing I can do about it. They refused though. They said, if it's not stamped, they can't sign it, they can't clear me. So one of the ESCOs, who is my sister's friend, and has extended that friendship to me as well. So he tried to help me tried to reason with them, she's not a fraud, she actually does go for her PPA and stuff like that. They didn't listen to him and I was unable to get cleared. After spending over 4 hours under the hot sun, and you tell me that I can't get cleared. I was devastated, I was sad, I was angry, I was emotional. But, I couldn't let the day go to waste, so I bought abacha and I ate abacha because man must chop before the hustle continue. So I ate abacha and then I went home. And when I got home, I was just thinking of a lot of things and thinking of how so many things have just been happening since last week that have just been going left instead of going right. So Wednesday was the icing on the cake. I went to the island for work and I thought to myself, I would leave the island around 4 and be on my way back home. I couldn't leave by 4 because what I was doing was a lot. I had to leave past 5, almost 6. At first, we didn't even get a ride. Then somebody helped us order a ride. Okay, now driver, where are you? I'm on my way. I'm 5 minutes away. Oh, you see me now, blah blah. The whole 90 yards. Then we walked to the bus stop. Was at Ikoyi Bodilon Road. and we walked towards Awolowo Road and we're at the intersection sha. Then we called this person, like, where are you? The person says, oh, I'm already in front of Ecobank. So we had to walk back. You people. Do you know how tired I was? Thank God, last minute I bought something to eat because I hadn't eaten all day. I was stressed mentally. I was exhausted. I was still thinking of my clearance, and somebody's telling me they're at Ecobank. I have to walk back. So we walked back. There was nobody there. We then called, like, where are you? It says, oh, I'm at Ecobank. I'm thinking to myself, Ecobank where? This is Body Loan Road. Like, which of the Ecobank? They were literally standing in front of Ecobank, is not there. So my friend got upset and she was like, you know what, don't worry, cancel the ride, we'll just figure it out. So we decided to walk. She knows the island more than I do because she has worked on the island before around that area. And I was thinking so many things. I was trying to process how I was feeling because, like I said, I've just been having so many things happen since the previous week. Monday has come with his own basketballs. Tuesday has come with her own basketballs. And now here is Wednesday trying to do her own thing. And we kept walking. As we're walking, I just see somebody grab me right there on the road. Did you know, I wasn't paying attention to the road. Remember, I was in my feelings and in my thoughts. So obviously, I was seeing people, but I wasn't really paying attention to them. But I see this person reach for me and grab me. And the first thing that comes to my head is, Jesus Christ, they want to kidnap me. Oh, goodness gracious. I say, they want to kidnap me right here on the road. And so I jump. And the person's like, why are you jumping? What's wrong with you? I then do a double take and realize that, oh, it's actually somebody I know. Like, it's a family friend from way back. This person was, saw me grow up, saw my sister grow up, was around when my brother was born, saw my brother grow up as well. So, like, this is an old family friend, somebody that knows us. My parents know this person, and I know this person's wife and kids. So it wasn't even like a stranger, but it's just I didn't see them as, like, I wasn't paying attention to the road or to anybody around me. I was just walking. And so he says, like, where are you going to? Where are you coming from? I said, I'm coming from work, trying to get home. There's no bus and there's traffic. I'm trying to walk to see if I will be able to get a bus. By this time, we're already walking on Awolowo Road. And then he says, oh yeah, that there's traffic. He had to come down from the car to stretch his legs because of the traffic and stuff. That, where do you want to walk to? Let me get into my car, let me drop you. So there's still traffic. Obviously, we get into his car and then line starts moving. As we're moving, he starts to tell us how this was not the route he wanted to take. He wanted to take another route. He was coming from Lekki, but because of traffic, he had to turn back and take this particular route. I say, what are the odds? And then that's not all. He tells us that the driver had wanted to pick people on the road. He had seen people coming back from work. People were trekking, standing at the bus stop, and he had told the driver to stop several times to pick people, and the driver had refused. I say to myself, what are the odds that you would take this route at this time and be stuck in traffic right where I would pass? Not just that your driver would refuse to pick anybody else until now. What are the odds that I had to wait some 30 minutes for Uber? To me, that was divine, because let me tell you, the traffic was so bad that we're on the island for 3 hours in traffic. We hadn't even gotten to the mainland bridge and it was already past 9, and we had been in that traffic from past 6, and it was past 9 and we still were not on Third Mainland Bridge. I live in Ogun State. How would I have gotten home? I couldn't even go home. How would I have gotten off the island? There was no bus. There was traffic. I didn't know anybody. I couldn't have stopped the car to carry me. I think it was divine. I think it was divinely orchestrated, because by the time we got to the mainland bridge, I had already called my parents. They had spoken to him, and everybody just agreed that I would not be able to come home, so I would have to go to my cousins. He lives in the same area that my cousins live. So please tell me, what are the odds that he would then be able to drive me to their gates and then just drive home? What are the odds? Because how would I have gotten home? I got to their house past 10. How would I have left the island? Like, how would I have moved or done my commute? And I really just thank God for that Wednesday, because that was just God's grace. To me, that was something divine. Like, God was really looking out for me. And I couldn't record, obviously, I couldn't record my podcast. I couldn't record an episode, and I couldn't share anything. And I was too tired to even think about it. And on Thursday, I had to go back to the local government to try to do my clearance and get it done. And finally, thankfully, God helped me. I was able to get it done. I would just say that everything that happened from throughout this week has just been God helping me, because I've been through a lot. I've gone through so much. I would just say that it's God. It just has been emotional. I've hardly been online to even talk. I've not even been able to be my witty, fun self this week. It's my birthday this month. I turned 27 this month, and this is the first month that I'm actually very excited about celebrating my birthday. But this week, I didn't even remember that I was excited. So many things were just happening to me, and I was like, I just need this to be over. I'm currently doing 27 things you may or may not know about me, and I've not had the time to update that list since Wednesday. And this is Saturday. I've missed 4 days. How are people going to know about me when I'm not consistent? To be very honest, it really is not my fault. I've just had to deal with a lot. So many things have just happened. I've just had to deal with so much, and I've not been able to process how I feel. And I'm very upset and I feel betrayed. Let me try to center myself so that I can really share what I want to share and say what I want to say. I will try to update my birthday list today. If you don't know anything about me, this is the perfect time to get to know me. There is something I shared about how I was an extrovert and then I became introverted. I'm still trying to process it, and I will share when I'm done. I will share it because I think it's important to talk about it. I think that's one of the things that I need to address, mostly for myself, just to break it down and see, because I don't think it was a one-time thing that turned me to an introvert. I think it was a series of events, and I really want to remember them because I can't really put my finger on. So why did you change? I just know that I stopped and I became this person. But let me go into the details of the previous week / this week and why my emotions have been all over the place. So I was working on a project with a couple of people for an NGO, and I was working in comms. I was also working in socials, basically comms, so everything that had to do with comms. Socials is a part of communications, and I just felt pressured. I felt like I wasn't functioning at the capacity that I could function, and I felt pressured. I felt squeezed. Like this person was expecting so much from me, and I couldn't give it to them at the time, or this person wasn't really communicating what they wanted. So much so that even if I did what I thought was best, it was unacceptable to them. That's how I felt, and I tried to communicate as much as I could, and I tried to ensure that I put in my 100. So I would do the things that were expected of me. I would create an analytics sheet. I would write a calendar. I would watch socials. I would do everything that was pertaining to socials at the time that I knew how to do. I would edit videos. I would create designs. I would do something and they would say no, they didn't want that because it wasn't working, or not because it wasn't working, but because that was not their preference. And so I would remove it and I would not do it. And we had the issue of, we're not doing as much, mostly because we didn't have a lot of assets or a lot of deliverables to deliver. So then I would say, let us try to get some deliverables. I'm saying it like this because I'm still in the proximity of this project. I just want to be able to share what I can. So then I would say, we don't have a lot of deliverables, and we would say, let's wait for when we have deliverables. But then in the time that I have said that, towards the time that we will have deliverables, we're supposed to be waiting, right? But then during that waiting period, I would be accused of not doing enough. But I thought that we agreed on waiting. So things like that, sure. So I started to feel pressured. I started to feel like I don't think I'm the right person for this project. I don't think that I'm welcome in this project. So everybody that knows me knows that I'm more of a listener than a talker. I would rather listen to you, try to internalize what you say before I share my opinion. And most of the time, I would listen 90% of the time, and I will speak 10% of the time. And if I did speak, I would speak very calmly, very quietly. I'm not really a shouting person. I would just say, yes, I agree. I think this is how it works. Like if I agree, if you've made such a valid point that I don't think there's anything to add, I would just agree. So it has been going on for a while. We would have meetings, they would say stuff, and I would be like, yeah, it actually doesn't make sense to me. So I would agree. I would say, yes, I agree, and I think that we can work with that. And the person would be upset and think that I wasn't trying to put my all, I wasn't being intentional. When in true sense, I was really intentional about this project. I couldn't do it anymore. So I quit. I quit on Thursday. And by Friday, I started to hear things that in my lifetime I did not think I would hear. Somebody, I don't know what the person was trying to do, maybe trying to gain favors, just went and started to badmouth me. Now, it's understandable if I have a relationship with you and maybe we fell out and you were angry and you decided to badmouth me. But it's not understandable when I don't have a relationship with you. There is nothing that would ever make me have a relationship with you. I would not throw you as far as I know you. Or I don't know how they put that word. There's a proverb like that. I don't know you. I don't talk to you. Basically, we don't have a relationship. But you took it upon yourself to be the bad guy and to say things about me that are very untrue. And so by Friday, I started to hear things about me that I did not think were in existence. And I say to myself, from whence does this come? Like, what is this? What is this? Where is this coming from? If you had an issue with me as a person, couldn't you have sent me a text message? This is the same person that I texted about something, and till today I have never given me a response. This is the same person that I asked a question, and till today I have never taken their time to actually give me an answer. And you think it fits to go to the boss and to say nasty things about me? The entire thing just happened such a way that nobody, the head of the project didn't bother to reach out to me, didn't bother to ask me a question, didn't bother to ask me how do I send in a resignation letter, and nobody has bothered to contact me to ask me why I sent in a resignation letter, and instead just alluded to whatever that person was saying, and then is trying to tarnish, or now is now presenting me as somebody that doesn't know her job, belittling my work, reducing my work, and saying, oh, it's not just this, I can do it. But you cannot. You actually cannot. You know what? I don't even want to go into details, because every time I would send in a deliverable, I would hear feedback like, this is not good enough, and this is not great for this event, and this doesn't work for this event. So tell me, like, was this not just a biased? Had it not been, is it not something that, like, have they not just been biased from the get-go and just disliked my person, that my work was never good enough for them? I'm really trying to understand it, because, and the reason I'm here drawing conclusions and having assumptions, because nobody has reached out to me to try to have a conversation with me and clear the air and say, this is what happened in the course of our relationship, or this is what I think, or this is what my perception, and I just need the clarity, and nobody has given that to me. So I think it's okay for me to draw conclusions, but at the same time I'm hurting, because why would you say nasty things about me, about my work? You don't know how many years I've had to put into my work, my craft, to get to where I currently am. You have no idea how much rubbish I've had to take from people just to be able to do my job. And you come out from nowhere. You can't do my job. You can't do half of my job. You know nothing about the sacrifices I've made to get to where I am. And you decide that the best thing that you will do just to gain favors is to stain my white and to ruin my reputation. For what? For how much? And I'm just so hurt. I'm just really hurt. And I've been thinking about this things. I'm like, wow, people are so despicable. People are really despicable. And people can go so low just to go high in life or something. I don't know. I don't care. But I just think that it is rubbish to tear people down because you want to advance in your career. We're not even in the same career path. So what exactly is your goal? What exactly is your mission in life? Is that how you want to elevate yourself? I just haven't been able to process how I feel. I'm really just hurting. All I know is that I would not allow anybody ruin my work. And I don't know if I should confront this person. I've been thinking about it. If I should tell this person what I think of them, or I should just leave everything and just leave them to God. I don't know what I should do, but it's one of those things I have come to realize that that's life, and that people are despicable. People are despicable. That's just the crux of this thing. People are very despicable, and it's very sad. Anyway, I'm glad that this person has revealed who they are. And that thing about when people show you who they are, believe them. I believe that this is who they are, and I believe this is how they operate. And I think it's very sad, and I think they should change their ways. That's it. That's truly how I've been feeling. My emotions are all over the place. I don't know what to do about it. But that's life. Anyway, please don't be a bad person. and don't do bad things to people. Don't hurt people just because of you want to elevate yourself or you want to get a kick out of it. It's very, very wrong. It's really terrible behavior. Just do better and be kind at all times. That's all I have to say. Thank you for listening, and follow me on social media to learn 27 things about me that you may or may not know. To be very honest, I don't even know where to start from at this point, but I will try to finish it.